Hi, Bill here, and today I'll be reviewing Unique Toys R-01 Peru Kill, or their version of Age of Extinction Lockdown. So here's the box here. There's Peru Kill there, Unique Toys, looking really cool. It's got the Lambo in the front, Age 3 Plus, you get these symbols there. You get the side shot there, vehicle looks really cool, Peru Kill. You've got the gun head here on the side of the Peru Kill. You've got another product shot of the car, looking really cool. And you've got another shot of Lockdown as well, really cool there. And you have, whoops, I put it on the right way, you've got the back product shot now. You see it's silhouetted out, Steeljaw, you do get Steeljaw with it. Don't know why it's silhouetted out there. And the seed is silhouetted out as well. I don't know why that is, but you do get these with this. And there they are there. That's it there, Peru Kill. And so that's it. So without further ado, I'll get it out the box. And here he is here. Looking really cool. It rolls well, rubber tyres, you get the rubber tyres, you even see the painted up disc brakes, see the orange a bit, and that, looking really cool there, really cool there, get reflection there on it obviously, the front of the vehicle there, yes it has the, hinges and all that, they are visible, but looking really cool. Inside the vehicle, there's the back of the vehicle, looking really cool. The number plates, it splits there at the back, and that looks really cool there, and looking really cool there. And of course underneath, you can barely see any robot kibble. You know it's there, you consciously know it's there, but you can barely see any. And you've got these shock springs. These, what do you call them? Oh, suspension springs. Shock suspensions. Shock absorber suspension springs. You've got them there, painted in. And there. Now the only one thing is these things there. You can see right there, it's quite, they're quite almost, not quite touching the ground, but they do hang down. I'd have liked it if they could recess further in, or you could have sprung load them and they would click in further back into the vehicle, because you do run the risk of scraping the paint off the top of these kind of missiles or whatever they're supposed to be. They kind of spike bits. That's one little niggle. It's just a little niggle, it's a little nitpick, but they could have done something to move these out the road, because they do run the risk of whatever surface you put it on, they might scrape the paint off the top of them as you do roll the vehicle, because I've got rubber tyres on them. There is rubber tyres on them, as you can see. So let's see what else you get with it. You get the wing mirrors as well, obviously they're there. So let's see what else you get with it. Now, what I was talking about earlier, here's Steeljaw, nice looking Steeljaw. We'll get to him in a second. You get the big massive gun, of course you do. There's a big massive gun. You get the claw that you can stick on. Lockdown. Peru Kill, but I'll call him Lockdown for all intents and purposes. Or stick on Peru Kill. There's a mask now. People complain that there's not a face behind the mask. You're right, there isn't a face behind that mask, which is a shame. It would have been nice if they put a face in there, but now, you get the seed. There's a seed there. If it ever focuses in. This is actually focusing in for once in its life. I know it focused out there. Focus in. There we are. You get the seed, nicely detailed. There. I know my thumb's in the road. So there. And you get, if I hold it up the right way, you get the card. Oh, you nearly saw me there. Hello. Hello. Right, you get the card there, nice looking Peru kill, and there it's on the back. You get the stats there. I'm just going to hold it in a way that doesn't reflect a lot of light, but it's laminated, as you can see. And you even get the stats for Steeljaw as well. So give that a second. There's his stats, you get that. That's mostly a Combiner Wars style thing and all that, isn't it? Because you get the stats cards with the Combiner Wars stuff, but they're clearly doing it for third party too. And of course you get the instructions. Instructions like a big kind of poster style thing with the instructions. There's instructions there. That's them all there. Okay, that's basically everything you get. Right, on to, we'll set the vehicle aside just now, that's all we can see with it. We'll get on to Steeljaw. Oh, one thing with the vehicle. Damn. It looks stupid, this. Like I said a minute ago with Combiner Wars with the stat thing. There's another Combiner Wars type thing you can do with this. It does have a peg hole back here, and you've got the gun here, and all you do is open this up, release this out if you can. Bother to get out. Sometimes that bit slots into there like that, and that peg can peg into the back there. It should peg in, or am I doing this wrong? No, it pegs in like that, and you end up with a stupid Combiner Wars looking, you know how you get the massive feet stroke hands on the Combiner Wars, you can sit them on top. You get that look on this. It's daft, you don't need to do it, but it's there if you want to. Why you would, it just ruins the look of the vehicle. It is there to do if you so desire, but 9 times out of 10 people won't, so they just leave it aside. Right, that's that out the road. Now we're going to Steeljaw. Steeljaw, full articulation, really nice looking. The sculpting on these things is amazing. And you can open his mouth. There it is there, you can open his mouth that far. The head is rotating a ball joint, because it rotates right round. Why you'd want to have the head upside down, I don't know. The legs on a ball joint, and that joint there. And the feet are on a ball joint, so you can get some ankle tilt going on them. All 4 of them. All 4 legs are the same, on joints like these and ball joints, and you get it all doing that. Now this is a soft plastic or rubber type feel, this mane it's on him, so that's a kind of soft rubbery plastic. There's a tab there which we'll get to in a minute, and these are on ball joints too. They move forward, back, up, down, and you get ankle tilt with them too, so you can get some good poses going with Steeljaw. I think it's Steeljaw, isn't it? It's Steeljaw as far as I know. I know Steeljaw's normally a oh, what do you call him? An Autobot. He's a Decepticon in Robots in Disguise series, but he's an Autobot originally from G1. But I think it's Steeljaw, as far as I'm aware. Right, what that tab's for, we'll get to that. There is at the bottom of this, if you can focus in, focus, that's focusing in. There's a slot there, and you just plonk it right on top of the back, and that looks a lot better than it did sitting on the car. That looks a lot better, so you can get some nice poses with him with that on. It won't turn, that's the only thing. The gun won't turn, so he has to to aim, he would have to actually turn around and aim. The gun doesn't move independently of the figure, so that's the only problem. The gun can't move left or right independently of the way the figure's facing. That's the problem, but it's still cool. It's still cool having it like that. It's really nice looking detailing on it, as you can see. I can't recommend this highly enough. I know it doesn't transform, although there is one novelty little thing you can probably do with it. Of another sort of Transformer style show. I don't know if this will work. I can kind of do this. You can sort of do this, but I don't think it really works. because you can't turn it into the figure. There's no way of turning it into this sort of figure. What I'm trying to do is you can have it like this, and well, it's actually that. Have it like Voltron. Except this bit doesn't move up into a foot, and there's no way to connect it. But you can have it do a kind of Voltron style transformation on it. There we go. It's Voltron. No, I can't with that. But you could do that, but it serves no purpose to do that, so you don't really. But in a Voltronish style way, you can do that. But as I said, there's no purpose to it really. And that's Steeljaw. So we'll go on to the main figure. I'll get him back to here, and I'll transform him. The transformation in this is really cool. That's the one thing about Unique Toys that they have done right. I know they're bringing an Optimus Prime out from the live action movies. I think it's the most recent one. And the way that hide the vehicle kibble in robot mode and hide the robot mode in the robot mode kibble in vehicle mode is superb. It goes above and beyond. If it's a lot of nitpicks with this thing, I'll go over. But it's the one thing that they definitely exceed at, is hiding the kibble in either modes. You know, it's robot kibble in vehicle mode or vehicle kibble in robot mode. They hide it superbly, and it's superb. Absolutely goes above and beyond, that does. Now you could give examples of other party companies that do that or try to do that, but with this one it actually exceeds, and I think this is what is drawing a lot of people to this figure, or the people that want it, because of the way it just, in robot mode, there's absolutely very little vehicle kibble on display. It really hides it well. Anyway, we'll go on with the transformation. I'll show that off, okay? But before I do that, there's always something I forget, isn't there? Always something. You said to yourself, what about the size comparison in vehicle mode? Well, I do happen to have at hand the leader class Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. There he is there. So the scale's alright with that. There's the leader class Optimus Prime there. We have it sitting that way. We can have it sitting that way. So it does scale with Optimus Prime pretty well. And there we go. That's him there. So looking pretty cool, isn't it? Right, now I'll go on with transformation. Right, first thing you want to do, now you can leave these on, but I prefer to take them off because they're very fragile. Well, because of these little posts there, they can be easily stretched. That's the one of the nitpicks I have this, is that these easily stress. So they're not stressed yet, you can see they're not stressed yet, but you could easily stress them. So I would take them off and set them aside. You can leave them on, or you can reposition them in robot mode to different location, but I would take them off. Right, now the first thing you've got to do, come to the back, split the back open, if you can. The back opens like that. Rotate the back section round, it's in a ball joint. What's in a rotational joint, sorry, it's not in a ball joint, it's a rotational joint. I said it was a ball joint, it's a rotational joint. Then unhook this whole side section. It comes out like that. Unhook it, comes out like that. These are on springs. Now to put these back in, is bothersome because there's no way to lock these in. You have to hold it like that and then push the vehicle mode back in there like that. But you have to hold these closed, otherwise if you don't, you get this going on. So that's another niggle about this thing, that there's no way to lock these closed, you know, to that you can, without any these trying to get in the road of you putting that way. You have to close it like that and then lock it in. So that's annoying, but it's, if you transform it from vehicle to, it's okay. It's a nice little feature going from vehicle to robot. But doing it the opposite way, you're going to have these little issues or niggles or problems or annoyances. So what you want to do is rotate them round, close that over. You can lift this back section up like that. They actually tab into these sections there. There's two tabs there. I don't know if you can actually see them. There's two tabs there that go into slots right there. It all falls into place anyway when everything comes together in vehicle mode. So that's that. You move that round. Now to put this, you have to move that out the road like that. Move this section round. Open that because it gets in the road. Now that, as you can see, is clearly in a ball joint. You move that across and you double this over like that. And put that down. Now this has got two holes in it. Now one of these has got one tab there. It doesn't have a tab on the other side. I don't know if that tab's broken off, but I can't see it as if it's broken off. You would see a mark there if it was broken off, but it's got a tab there. It just fits into the hole and you push all this together. And half of this is out of focus, but you can roughly see what I'm doing. Well, it should all come together. That's it there. So that's one leg done. You do the same with the other leg. You move stuff out the road. You lift this wheel arch out, up like that, fold it over. Now this actually has two things. It's got a tab there, goes into that hole, and a tab there goes into that hole. So you just push it all together, the same as you did with the other side. Well, try to. If it would do it. I'm not sitting correctly. Right. Now it's causing me bother. There we go. That's it all pushed together. There we go. That's it all pushed together. Hope that was on screen. And you just push that back up like that. And that's the legs done. And you rotate the legs down like that. And you move it over like that. Now, another annoyance about this thing. That section there, it's highly detailed in there, you can see. Nice detailing on it. But this section does not lock. So you have a, when you're moving the leg or bending the knee, you're going to get this flapping open. There's nothing on there at the bottom of there that pegs in anywhere, so it won't lock. That can be bothersome when you're moving the leg around, and this tends to not stay with that. So that's the other annoyance about this figure. I want to rotate the leg round like this. Now there is one thing I want to show you. It is another annoyance. I don't know if you can actually see it. Ah, there it is there. Is that tab right there? Because it hits against that section, or one of the sections. And when you're trying to rotate it round to get this whole thing closed as the side of the car, sometimes it will be out of position, it will hit against that and won't go any further. That is another thing you've got to watch. You've got to rotate the thing round independently, because that section moves independently, and to get that with it, I don't know why they've got that tab on there. I've seen it, I don't think it serves any function, but on that kind of ball joint-ish, or on that kind of rotational joint, that rounded piece, it has a tab on it, and it hits against the upper top part of the leg. It does actually kind of hit against it, and you can't rotate the leg round correctly, but you have to do it in such a way that tab's not hitting against it and everything rotates round into place to put the side of the vehicle away properly when it's turn it into vehicle mode. It can be rather fiddly to do that. Just be careful of that, because it will rotate and it will catch sometimes, and you say, oh, I can't get this, because I had bother with it, I had a lot of bother with it, but I don't understand why that tab's there. I can't see any function of it. I can't see how it tabs in anywhere, but it's there. So just be careful when you're rotating it round. You've got to rotate it in such a way that tab's not hitting against the side of the upper leg section, so that you can it's into position to close in vehicle mode, and that can be rather bothersome and can be rather kind of finicky to do that, but it does work and you can get it into position, but it's just trying to get that tab so it doesn't hit against there, so that everything lines into position. It can be rather tricky and bothersome. I mean, if you're professional, you could, if that serves no purpose, you could actually take that tab off. If you were professional enough, you could actually just lose it and maybe just get a knife and cut that tab off, and it won't cause restrictions to the, and it won't cause any restrictions, but there is restrictions with that. That is bothersome. Anyway, I'll go on with the figure. I'll explain these sort of things as I go along, because there is little niggle problems with it. Right, and you can take that bit off, like that's, in case you were worried, you can take that off. It just tabs back on, which is quite good. It's better taking these off anyway to rotate the legs down into position. You can just take these off, because you've got to rotate it round anyway into position. It's better just losing these actually, and you can tab them back on later. See, these come off. They don't re-tab on anywhere else, I can see. I thought you might go on the shoulders or something, but nah, it would ruin the look of the legs anyway, wouldn't it? So you can take these off. I hope all that was in focus, because it looked as if it wasn't. And you can see when you do that, these spring open. They just spring open. These bits there, either side of the leg, just spring open. It holds it down when it's in vehicle mode, but they just spring open. I think they're metal. I think these are metal. And there's another metal part in this. But that's basically the legs done, minus these two covers that are on it. I've took them off just now. Now we'll go on with the top of the vehicle. Turn it into vehicle mode. So what you do is you take this triangular piece, it tabs in right there. There's two thingies and there's tabs where the fists are. There's two tabs there and tab holes that fit into there. You just bring that down like that. Then you can release the arms like this. Right, now before we bring everything down, these actually tab into the front spoiler set, the front lower part section here. See, there's tabs there, and it just tabs in there. It all comes together anyway, so you're not going to go wrong with that. Move these up, and you totally rotate this thing around like this. You've got these side window sections. You move them forward like this. They do serve a purpose after. Hope I got that into focus. They rotate around like this, the side window sections. This is where it gets tricky. That does actually move. Right, this is where it gets tricky. I don't know if you can actually move that out to... that's another thing when you do it to vehicle mode. That there, there's a tab there, it goes into there. Right, so when you close it over, it'll all tab in automatically, but that is a tab there. Make sure it's pushed down far enough so it lines up with that and tabs into that section there. I hope you can actually see that, because it looks as if it's out of focus to me, but you can see it, and there's a tab there either side. So release that, open like that to release all this kibble. This is the bit I want to talk about. You move this whole section up like that, because that's going to be the shoulders. You move the shoulders into position like that. You do the same there. You obviously reverse that when you're turning into vehicle mode, and you move the shoulders into position there. That's how you do that. Now this section, you can see the head there. You rotate, you get this bit, rotate it up like that, right? Move the head up there. It comes over the head, you get clearance, and comes down and lowers down onto there. Now there's 2 tabs there, it fits into slots there, so you just got to line everything up and it should fit on there, this thing. These sections, push them to the side like that, push them back like that, hope that's all in focus, and you get partly got the vehicle done. You rotate this bit up, that wants to go that way, that wants to go that way, you just line everything up again and tab everything in, just to make sure everything's tabbed in there. You heard that click, and that's how you want it, with that down right there, the front fender right down there and there. Right, arms we'll go on to. You unfurl the arms, you've got the hands there. The hands are really cool. You've got the thumb there, so just have the thumb like that, and you can bend the arms over, and there is a wrist rotation on this. It's highly articulated because you get that rotation there, and just realise you've got the rotation there. Now, to lock this in, yes it does lock in, to lock the arm into the inner arm section, you rotate that bit there, there's a peg there, and there's a little rotational piece right there that you have to peg right in, and it will lock in, and push that in firmly. Don't just sit it over it, push it in firmly, and it will lock the outer section with the inner section, and you'll get it all one going like that. Do the same with the other side. I'll do that again. Again, that was probably out of focus. Right. See, everything seems to go out of focus. Focus in, it's not focusing. Right, hand, straighten hand, bring thumb out, bring it to there, and you can rotate it. These sections that are spring loaded as well, but I think that's just to collapse it when it's in, to collapse everything in when it's in, to take it to vehicle mode. Right, to lock the outer arm with the inner shoulder part, inner arm part, you have to rotate this round like that. Whoops, I had it off screen. You have to rotate round that section round like that, and you get that little bit there, and bring it down and lock it in. Now give it a good firm, you know, with your fingers, like push it in like that, and it'll lock everything into place. Now what you got to do, take the shoulder section, rotate it round there, just sits like that, and angle this up like that slightly. Do the same with the other side. Rotate that round like that, just sits there, doesn't lock in, and angle these up slightly. And that is basically, well, that's the top section done. That's the top section done. Now to get the bottom section to connect with the top section, you're going to take this, oh, what you've got to do is, with this, right, you've got that there, bring it forward, it's on that kind of hinge there, I'll show that hinge there, bring it forward like that, just like that, and that tab, that slot there is going to tab into that tab at the back there. So just line everything up, and it's going to tab in there. Well, it will tab there, it's tabbed in, so that, look at that, you can barely see any robot kibble, vehicle kibble there. Now these tabs, whoops, you want to have these lined up because they serve a purpose in a minute. Right, these tabs go into these slots there. Again, this is out of focus, but it just all connects together. It should all connect together. Right, what you want to do with these side window sections, they're in tabs and there's holes right there. So what you want to do is just line everything up and give it a good firm push, and it should go into that hole there. You've got to give it a good firm push like that, and you hear a click and it goes in. Same with the other side, give it a good push, give it a good push, and it will click it in, and that forms the kind of waist section, and you're nearly there with them. Right, you're nearly there with him. And that's him there. And of course you put these back on, however they go. If I manage to put them on the right way. They go back on there. They should clip in, but fairly tight. And they go back on there. Try and line it up with the hole. And there he is there. And that is Peru Kill in his robot mode. Looking really cool. We'll get to articulation in a minute. Oops. We'll bring this up and focus it in. And there's Peru Kill there. Lot of features to go over with them. But we'll get to articulation first. We'll get the size comparison going on. Okay. Right. Features. I'll bring it up and let you see the detailing on it first. That's really, really cool. The detailing on this is superb. Look at that head sculpt. Isn't that amazing? It looks really cool. Look at this scar mark on there. Looks like Wolverine's been attacking him. Look at the detailing on there. Look at that. Whoops. I'll bring it in. Wish it would focus in. And there. Looking really cool. Really cool. Oh, one bit I forgot to do in transformation. This toe section. You bring that up like that, and that completes the look. You do the same with that. That completes the look. So you bring them up. I nearly forgot about them bits. They're easy to forget, these wee bits, but they do work. It's not that. And look at the detailing on that. Look at the missile sort of thing. Look at the back. See what I mean? There's very little vehicle kibble showing in his robot mode. Yes, you get the odd tyres showing at the back there, but that's about the only thing you can tell. And of course the side windows there, but that's about the only thing you can tell is a vehicle. And you get the rear tail lights there, of course. But really looking cool, isn't it? That is metal. That's metal. That section there's metal. That's metal. So I think these bits there are metal too. I could be wrong about these, but that is definitely metal, that bit there. And that's looking really cool. Okay, right, articulation, while I've got it up here. Like I said, these bits don't lock in. You can have it right back like that. You can lift that skirt, and you can bring the leg right back like this. As far that back. You can have it KO, do a KO. You can have the leg all set like that, which looks weird. Or you can have him do a KO out to there. I don't know if you can have it go this far out, forward the way. You can come this far out that way. Right. And you can bend at the knee. Of course, you can get some good poses going. He's got ankle tilt as well going on for transformation purposes. So you do get ankle tilt at least one way. You can't go the other way, just goes one way. So he has that for the legs. Just do the one leg because the other leg just does exactly the same. And the arms, you bend at the elbow, right up like that. He's got rotational at the hands, like this. He's got his fingers are jointed in two places, so you can get right over like that. And he's got a ball jointed thumb like this, so you can get the fist going in a lot of positions as well as that, and it rotates right round like this as well. So you've got a lot of joints going on. The other arm does the same, so I'm not bothered with it. It's looking really cool. Try and bring it, make him stand. I know he's fished round the wrong way, isn't it? There we go. That's him. I hope that was all in focus. Right, other little feature. Two places you can put the wing mirrors. Just do one side. There's a hole there. There's a hole there. You can fit the wing mirrors in there. You can put the wing mirrors in there like that for storage, or you can put the wing mirrors up in here behind this section here in the shoulder. It does go in there. It's a bit tighter, but they do fit in that hole there. You can fit the wing mirror in there at any position you want to fit it. I know I put it like that. It doesn't. It does stick out a wee bit, but you can push it in there. But just be wary of that peg. You don't want to stress it. But there is two places you can put the wing mirrors as storage. Right, on to other features now. We'll get the gun. We'll get the gun head going, and then we'll do the mask. Right, gun. What you want to do is have it like that. You want to open. This is actually spring loaded, so close it over, and it's got a tab there, right there, which fits in the back of the head there. You can see that big slot in the back of the head. That's where that tab goes into. So all you do to get them gun head is position it over it, and the tab should just slot into that head. Now to get this bit, there's a slot right there, and I wonder why this lets it go out of focus, and it just tabs in to that slot just to stabilise everything, just to lock everything in place. It just goes into that slot there like that, and there he is with his gun head. If I can ever get it in focus, there he is with his gun head. Whoops, I want us to go backwards. That's him with his gun head. He can't rotate his head because of the bit that locks it at the back. It's just locked forward. But you can take that peg off and you can maybe rotate his gun head a wee bit. Actually, I'll do that. He does have limitations with his head. If it ever comes out of there. Though it does like to flop around. So you can do that. You can get him to look left and right with the gun head, but you have to take that bit out. But you can't look up or down. You can look up or down a little bit like that. So you do have that movement. That's his head movement anyway. His head movement doesn't go any further than that. So you can look up and down. You can, but you'd have to take that joint, that tab at the back off the back of that section there, the slot. You'd have to take it out of that slot. But to lock it in, just put it like that. So you can do that. Right, that's that done. Now to get on with, you just extend it to take it out. Hold on. And it comes out. He can't hold his weapon in his hand actually. To do that, this thing does not want to stand on me. I'll have to lower the end to stabilise it. Right. To do that, he does actually have pegs on his forearms, so you can lock these in. Right, what you want to do is you want to lower this section. Oh, I had that off camera. I'm forever doing that. Right, you want to lower this section, and you want to lower this section, and that actually slots into the back of that, just like it did with the back of the robot. It slots into there. So what you did with the back of the robot, it slots into there. And you want it as straight as you can. Right, so it's straight like that. And you want to peg that into that hole there. It should peg in, and he should bring his arm round like that, so he can hold his weapon like this. Makes it, it's a huge weapon, but he can hold it like this. And you can do that with either arm. can do that with either arm. It does peg in there. Or you can make them, you'd have to unpeg it at the back, or you can have him hold his weapon with two hands. It's not as good. You have to try and wrap the thing around the middle section there. That section there, you can wrap the hand around it best you can. I don't know if half of this is off camera, but I'm just trying to do this quickly. And you can actually make him hold his weapon in his hand like that. It's not exact, but you get the idea. You can actually do it like that. You can make him hold his weapon in his hand like that. You can do a better, get a better positioning, but you can do that. But you couldn't peg it into the arm. The arm doesn't follow the way that the positioning of the hands to get it to do this, to make it hold with two hands like that. So, but you can get that. You can do it where he's holding two weapons. He's holding the giant weapon with both hands. Right, so you have that option. You can do it. The articulation allows for it, so you can do that. Right, on to the next thing. Talking about the fists, we're still on the fists. What you want to do here is you want to rotate this peg round. You want to rotate this thumb round, right? Maybe that should be up there. You want to rotate this thumb round and put it like that. You want to rotate it around like that. So you get in a position like that and just rotate it around like that. And you see that hole there. You can do it with both hands. I've got the same hole. So you can do it with both hands. I'll just do it with the one. And you can make them hold the other weapon. This one here. There's a peg. Peg fits into this hole, and he holds that weapon there. But you say, nah, that looks alright. It doesn't look that much. But if you do this, you can actually open this out to there. So he's actually got a claw going on. I'll show you the claw there. There it is there. So he's got the claw going on. So you've got the whole claw going on, right? That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? You've got a claw and you can put it on either hand. Right? So that's that, you've got that. That's looking pretty cool. Now, you see the seed. You can't hold the seed. There's no way of holding it unless you open his hand up and just sit it on the seed. There's no way of tabbing it in. So you've got that. I'll take that off. And there's one other feature he has in his robot mode, which I'll just do. You might need a screwdriver for this. You will need a screwdriver for this. Right, face. That seems to clip out for some reason. See, that seems to go like that. I don't know why, but it goes like that. Anyway, we're not dealing with that, we're dealing with the face. So what you want to do is try and get the face off. Put the screwdriver in behind it. And try and work the face off, because it does come off. I know what you're thinking, am I breaking the toy? No, because the face does come off. And you see the tabs there. You see the tab holes or the slots there and the tab there. It looks exactly like the tab for the mask. There's the mask there with the tab there, and you're just going to pop that on where the face was, obviously. And there he is there with the mask on. That's him there with the mask on. Like I said earlier, you don't get to see a face moulded in behind the green visor, which would have been that extra little detail. It would have been nice. And that is that. I put these down at the back. You can leave them up. You're supposed to leave them up, but It gives it that more stability, because I was having problems with the blooming thing standing there. But you can lay them down. It's your toy, you do what you like with it. But it was having problems standing, so you can lay these down. They don't lock in at end, they're just friction. But they might give it that extra stability. And that is Peru Kill. I hope I've got everyone on screen there on in views. Oh, one other thing. Size comparison with this. Right, size comparisons. Here he is with Leader Class Optimus Prime from Age of Extinction. So roughly, he's actually slightly taller than Leader Class Optimus Prime's head. It's just about maybe a fraction of an inch in it. Not even an inch. So he's just ever so slightly taller than that Optimus Prime. So that's how tall he stands. Right. So that has been Unique Toys R-01. I'll put these little bits in. These bits in. Peru Kill. Oops. Powering back. As you can see it, that has been. Oops. Yeah, that's there. Peru Kill. Okay, so happy hunting. He's remarkable, like I said before, with the fact of the sculpting on it, and the fact you don't get to see the vehicle kibble in his robot mode, or the robot mode so much in the vehicle mode. You know, you normally look underneath and you can see the head sticking out there with some figures, and it's so obvious. But this tends to go above and beyond by hiding that fact. You can still see tyres and that on them and all that, and you can identify other vehicle parts on them, but it's not as obvious as some figures. So that's what I think excels in this with this toy. Yes, it is little issues I went over with during the course of the review, but if you can overlook these, it's really superb. Definitely get him up, definitely pick him up. He definitely surpasses the standard Hasbro release of the figure, I'd say. But yeah, normally with third party figures you're going to get that anyway, you know, with sculpting and articulation and all that. So definitely pick it. If he catches your interest, definitely get him. You're going to get him anyway. Oh right, one other thing. The last video I said about Keith's what do you call it? The KFC one, Fantasy Club Stratatanker. I said it was next year before I see it. I contacted the people I've ordered it from, and they got back to me saying it could be the end of this month. So hopefully I'll get that. There's reviews, PO, and if someone else, I can't remember if it's Bolt Matrix or Ben's Collectibles, sorry, they got the review of Stratatanker up there anyway. So even though that's a early production sample, or whatever it was, advanced sample they've got, it's obviously is early. It's obviously an early sign that it's going to be released soon. So just like they had Peru Kill up there, they got a sample oil, and Peru Kill was released pretty quick thereafter. So I'd imagine Stratatanker's following the same sort of demographic there. So so hopefully I'll get that sometime around maybe beginning of December or end of November. Sometime I'll review that. Okay, but apart from that, that's me. This thing's nearly 48 minutes or 49 minutes now. I've been rambling on about this, but it's really cool. I hope half of that was at least in shot and in focus. My phone is a nightmare. Trying to keep things into focus. And I know you say, oh, well, how can you get a different camera? Listen, Pio used to, or don't know if he still does, operates from his phone, and he's a professional video reviewer. So you just have to work with what current technology that you have to do these things with. So I just have to use my phone, but it does happen to focus in and out a lot. Seems to be a common occurrence with certain phones. So that's been that. I better go now. Right, so bye for now. Thank you, and definitely get this if you're definitely interested in it. Really cool. Bye for now. Bye.